Hello, my name is Justin Ferate, and on behalf of Llewellyn Galleries in Santa Fe, New Mexico, welcome. I have been asked to do what might be impossible. I've been asked to give you a mini tour of 4 works by that very talented color field artist, Jack Roth, in about 4 minutes. So let's try. Now, before we begin, let's give a little sense. Jack Roth lived from 1927 until 2004. His artistic career spanned about 4 decades. The works we're going to see tonight will be between about 1960 and 1980, so it's roughly a 20-year span. Jack Roth studied in California, very importantly with incredibly talented teachers. He worked with Mark Rothko, the famous color field painter. He worked also with Richard Diebenkorn, and very importantly, he worked with Clyfford Still, not only as a student, but Clyfford Still was a lifelong friend of Jack Roth. So all of these artists would play into the world of Jack Roth. So let's go discover Jack Roth. So as we come here, this is the earliest of the works. This is Cinderella from 1961. Cinderella is a fantasy story. It's about magic. It's about once upon a time, and there's a sense of mystery. And so what I love that Jack Roth does with his work is it's a mysterious work. It pulls you into the myths, and there's an almost diaphanous quality. It's almost like you're looking through veils of color, and such luscious color. Look at these violets and pinks and greens. This is a magical, magical piece. But Jack Roth also uses color in different ways. So our next work focuses on the use of color staining, and Jack Roth stains the surface of the canvas, and because of the nature of stain, it comes at different levels. So there are nuances in the colors. It's not one solid color. There are subtle changes throughout the color fields. And as we look through them, Jack Roth has created these other sort of magical, almost map-like forms. Jack Roth's paintings are not figurative, and yet there's a strong sense of the figurative. What I like about this piece also is Jack Roth is about fun. So notice these wonderful color bands that sort of leap out and say, let's have a good time. So we're going to see in the next work a piece that could very well be figurative. And again, it's not specifically a figurative work, but notice what Jack Roth does with his lines. Again, this is a stained surface, so there are subtle nuances going on in the colorations throughout the work, and yet Jack Roth was noted by countless reviewers for the subtlety and the nuance of his lines. His lines are sensuous. There's a wonderful sense of magic and invitation to them. They're not just rigid lines, they're not just simple lines, they're complex. And this work is a very appealing work. Now, our final piece again, Jack Roth uses many of the same tools, many of the same artistic language tools, and yet he creates a totally different world. Here you almost get the sense of a rock-faced cliff. You get the subtlety of the colorations. What I like about this particular work is the surfaces, because of the stains, are almost like velvet. You want to touch them. But again, there's a sense of what is the role of these lines? Are they interpenetrating? Are they coming out at you? There's a 3-dimensionality to this work that gives you a sense of strength and power and joy.
On a final note, Jack Roth's career spanned for over 40 years, and his work can be seen in such noted collections as the Museum of Modern Art in New York City or the National Gallery in Washington, D.C. All of the works on display at Llewellyn Galleries come directly from the Jack Roth estate. So if you're in Santa Fe, please come and visit us so you can see the works in person. If you're not able to, please visit our website and experience the delights of the world of Jack Roth. Thank you very much for joining us.